The moment you tell another woman something negative about your wife, you open yourself up for an affair. You open her up to compliment you in a weird way. I cannot tell you how many adulterous relationships started by a man complaining and a woman, oftentimes a coworker, complimenting. Never, ever, ever speak negatively about your wife in the presence of another woman. This is the kiss of death.
I advise you guys to check this man's content out. When I tell you logical, understanding, loves women, loves the partner he's with, I love listening to men like this instead of people on these podcasts, because sometimes these men, you could just hear them and they don't like their wives. They would literally throw a rock at her head if they could. But this type of man, I'm definitely chiming in every time. I like to listen to people who actually love to be in relationships and love happiness and peace instead of chaos. What you do in your relationship is what you will create in that man or woman. So if you want to talk to guys, talk to girls, tell everybody your business, be slutty on the internet, or, go out to the club with your boys and do all that, you're creating a chaotic environment for your partner. It is unsafe. And you're creating this dynamic because you're not paying attention to everything you're doing. When you're with somebody, you have to be cautious, you guys, because you're not only worried about yourself. Your mental health is not the only thing on the line. It's your partner's too. And if you care and you're compassionate and you're considerate of them, you're going to make sure you make mindful decisions. We're not perfect beings. We all make mistakes. I know a lot of the takes that I have are pretty extreme and a lot of people don't like them. But you guys, I'm trying to help you not make stupid decisions before you do them. And from somebody who has never fucking cheated, I'm telling you right now, I've had good relationships. You see what I mean? You're not going to have a good relationship having female coworkers while you're running your woman's name through the mud. Tell me, what's the point of that? What is the point of you sitting down with Keisha at your job and letting her know how your wife don't cook, she don't clean? So Keisha could go, oh, I can't believe she's like that. Women like me, we always cook. Women like me, we would never. We suck it every night. We this it. Sure, Keisha, that's why your ass has been single for who knows how long. But since he's in a fragile state and doesn't realize that, when your partner's not soothing those parts for you, somebody else will. But whose fault is it? Yours. Because you're going to other people about your problems. Why is Keisha worth the conversation, your coworker, but a therapist isn't? Why are we running to Keisha instead of going to the source, which is your wife? Why aren't we going to maybe a pastor, marriage counselor, if it's getting that bad? Don't ever sit here and come to me and be like, Taylor, I tried, I this, I that. If I ask you, have you supported your wife? Have you cared about your wife? Have you sat down and tried to understand her? Have you tried therapy? Have you tried a pastor? Have you tried reading books together? Because there's books on relationships. Hold up one second. I pray to God that you men and women get this book. This has to be one of the best books, hands down. And you can see I'm reading it. And guess who I'm reading it with? My man. This is The Inner Work of Relationships. An invitation to heal your inner child and create a conscious relationship together. And this touches up on everything. And one of the things you need in a relationship is unity. Together. We're not inviting Keisha. We're not inviting other women, because once you start inviting another woman, a shoulder to cry on is a pee-pee to ride on. And why is she hopping on your joystick and fun dip and not your wife? Don't ever sit there and say, oh my gosh, women throw themselves at me, or oh, hey babe, this happened with this one woman. That would have never happened if you would have led like a man should have and never invited that woman into your home. The person cannot be invited into your home unless you let them. So if you go to her talking shit about your wife, the next day you're going to feel fine, because you might get back with your wife. You might be fine with your wife. But now Keisha knows everything about your wife. And now her vindictive mindset is, I have one up on your wife. How do you know she's not going to tell your wife? How do you know she's not going to all of a sudden want to like you? How do you know she's not going to ruin that? Don't let temptation and don't let your mindset and you being fragile in a fragile state ruin your relationship. Because I'm telling you right now, there are women out here who will take your relationship down. But again, you allow this. If you can sit here and run your woman's name through the mud, and this goes for women as well, you can run your man's name through the mud, why the fuck can't you talk to your partner? I'll never understand that. You have all this energy and stuff to go and give to others, but you can't do it with your partner. And sometimes you have to look within. Why doesn't your partner reciprocate things from you? Why does your partner not hear you out sometimes? Is it your approach? Are you criticizing? Are you critiquing more than you love them? Are you belittling? Maybe you're nicer to Keisha. Maybe when you come home, you treat your wife like crap. You see, we don't know. Only you do. So please, y'all, I know these takes might be a little bit extreme, but if you want a happy, healthy relationship, I don't see the point of running your mouth to your coworkers or other women. And I will say this. I now understand why men and women say guy and girl best friends, having those while you're in a relationship is detrimental, because you're going to go to them for your problems. And a lot of the times when you're vulnerable with people, that allows cheating and that allows temptation to come in. Again, y'all, like I said, read this book. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to turn my phone around and you guys can screenshot. I'm sorry, I'm getting sick. You can screenshot the book. It's on TikTok Shop. It's on Amazon. It's less than $20. I'm sorry. If you can roll them swishers, you can sit there and pay for Pornhub and all the stuff you've been watching, playing with your pee-pee. Go ahead and get this if you want a good relationship. Right here is the book. And it's such a good book, y'all. Me and my man are reading it right now. Sorry, guys. I went to work. My hands look gross. But it's such a good book. Go ahead and purchase it.